Hello, friends. This is Giuliano, and it is a Thursday. It's the 20th of January, 2/3 of the month down. We are going to look at a quick Bitcoin price chart update. So I'm going to share the screen and just settle in there. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to bring you some educational, informative, and maybe even entertaining content right now around the Bitcoin price chart. We're going to do a quick local update and see what's going on, get a little bit of an idea. What am I thinking here? I'm going to take a look at this chart. All right. Well, we are, yes, at the 4-hour price chart, carving out this potential 2 to 4 trend line. And what do we see here? We see the price moving above the line. So we have a couple of options to consider here. There's always the option that the count is not too accurate enough. And in fact, we are not seeing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That is possible. But I'm gonna hold on to this one until it's clear otherwise. And soon it will be clear because of time. You know, for example, the amount of time it has taken to get from the beginning of the 3-wave to potentially the end of the 3-wave here. For that to be invalidated, well, I guess we would have quite a bit more time that we could handle ourselves going out to 25th of January timeframe. But beyond that, then we start to say, well, maybe these adjacent waves are not related to each other because the time spent to move is so much longer for this sideways action that it is for this down action. They might not be related, because also at that point, the sideways action of this smaller degree impulse that we're trying to count here, this red 3 wave, which is comprised of 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 here, waves, this 4 wave, wherever it's going to be, if this is what it has to be over here, even if it's like this, we're starting to approach the timing of this wave here, which is a bigger degree. The 2 wave of the red degree should be a bigger degree than the 4 wave of this smaller degree impulse. Does that make sense? So if we compare them, let's say we go from the beginning roughly to the end roughly, and we compare it with where we are here, 1-to-1 with that would bring us right here at 3rd of February. 61.8, interestingly, brings us to the 25th of January. Now I'm starting to become interested in this time frame here. I'm really interested in 25th of January timeframe right now, because, well, we already confluence with this timing, which fine, it's for a bigger scale, and I'm not too concerned about this in that sense. But the fact that this wave here would relate to this distance up to the 25th from here on the 10th of January, that would be 61.8%. That seems fair. I could handle that kind of a move. But 1-to-1 brought us back to brought us all the way out to February. And so I don't think the move will last that long, but maybe we are not quite in this impulse yet. So I don't know where that's going to go yet. Maybe we are going to be over here around the 25th by the time we finish this 4 wave, and maybe this wave is going to start even all the way back here. I don't know. That is, at this point, we start to wonder, what pattern is this playing out? What are we constructing here? Is it going to be a zigzag? Okay, we can measure that. Is it going to be a flat? Okay, we can measure that. I think if we start using the wicks, it starts to become, it shows a weak B wave flat. It's like maybe 65% retracement. And if we don't use the wicks, if we use the bodies only, we see a nice retracement of the B wave for a potential flat pattern. So currently, that's my best guess right now. is we're going to be forming some form of a flat pattern. And watch this. Let's get the noise out and just look at these waves. So my best guess so far, at least on this time frame, is, you know, it's interesting with the wicks and without the wicks, it just changes a little bit of the nature of the price action in terms of what we see, but that's okay. Because here we have a lower high, but on a wick basis, on a candle basis, we would be using this as the fifth and final wave of this 3 wave. So it would be the completion. So anyway, that's okay. Let's just stay from here and say that there's a 3 move, and now we're starting a 5 move for a flat pattern. Okay, if you want to start it here on the closing price chart basis, you have this type of elongated flat probably, and then you have this B wave, and now we're going to be making some form of C wave. Okay, I don't know exactly where it's going to go, but you see the idea. So let's use a bit of fib retracements, and let's say from this level, that would be an A B retraces about 88%, and off it goes. That's a nice little M formation there for all of you M formation lovers. I'm sure that worked out somehow in a harmonic way, but if not, well, you saw the 88.6, a nice little bounce. So we'll see how big of a bounce that is. I think that'll be a good bounce. I don't know where it'll go though. We'll see. This is a good possibility though. I don't know if we'll get all the way to the 44,000 level, but yeah, let's see how it goes. So in that sense, if we're going to use candles instead and say 1-to-1, then we're looking at like 55. And I don't think we would want to be giving a 1-to-1 zigzag. We'd probably be getting some sort of weaker zigzag. So in that case, I could see a 44,000 being the resistance and turning point back down. And then the other thing is, if we use the, yeah, wait, I just want to show you, if we use the fib retracement on this A wave, you can see the B wave is roughly, well, it's definitely more than 61.8%. So that in a Neowave method would be a weak B wave of a flat pattern. Okay. So it still would fit under flat pattern, and we could retrace this B wave here and say 100% brings us to about a 44,000. So, you know, this zone is still in play here for the move. And in fact, that makes sense because now more and more the market, and when I say the market, the participants are starting to accept and think that we are going down inevitably to much lower lows, in which case, then maybe the price action needs to fake them out and make them think otherwise first. I wouldn't even be like, imagine it makes a higher high than this and everyone's like, oh, higher high, and then crash. That would be interesting. Then it goes sideways for even longer, because then we're in a bigger degree than this. We start to work this kind of degree here we start to work this kind of degree here of a correction. Anyway, and then they, you know, they wonder, they tire, and then finally they're saying, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, at some point the market might figure it out, but on a trading basis and especially in terms of leverage, it's going to play out in that way, is my sense of it. So this is going to stay on the sidelines for now. I don't, how did I move it all at once the last time? That's weird. You saw me move it all at the same time. I wonder what I did. Anyway, let's get rid of that for now. What I'm basically trying to say is that it looks like the price action is going to go in opposite direction than what the market thinks is going to happen. Even though it'll likely still happen, but it's going to not do it when and how the market especially thinks it will. That's my sense of it. So in that way, I'm looking at some sort of pattern that brings us here. All right. How high, I'm not exactly sure, but we're coming somewhere here. And I won't be surprised if it matches nicely with this bigger 2 to 4 trend line. That would be pretty cool. And in that case, we're at about 44,000. Yeah. And then it's a 5 wave down. And in that case, I'm going to say there's a chance. I don't think we're going to go 1-to-1 with this. So actually, I'm not even going to speculate on this 5 wave because at this point, it's coming somewhere down here. I've already looked at it enough times, and the length of this 5 wave, I mean, compared to the 3, we're coming from here, like a 1-to-1 is here. So if it really wants to go 161.8, I could see that. I could see the 5th wave take that extension. But then in that case, it makes a bit of a desire to do one of these. And in that case, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We could have that they both work. You know what? Scrap that. I can speculate on this. If this correction is going to go into this level here, there is a high chance that we could hit that 33K. There is definitely a high chance we could hit that. The other opportunity though is just a simple roughly 61% or 78%, because it won't be 1-to-1. It can't, we don't, because yeah, we don't want that. So it's either 161.8 or 61 to 78% here, around the 38,000 level, 39,000 level. Okay, that's the 2 options, friends. And in terms of timing, you saw what the timing might be. And in terms of flat pattern, you see what that might be. In which case, yeah, we were saying a retracement. If we retraced this B wave, what did we say? Yeah, around 44K, 1-to-1. That's fine. That's fair. Cool. And we did the timing. So I think that's about it. I'm pleased with this update. And we don't know quite yet where's the 2 to 4 trend line. We're figuring that one out. And until then, yeah, looking good, looking good. I hope you're doing well and stick around for more. That's it for me. I'm going to save this chart and then I'm going to get out of here. Okay, until next time, everyone, wishing you all the love, peace, and happiness you can manage. Stay cool out there. And yeah, let's watch and enjoy. Goodbye.